Welcome back to Dirty 10. We're back again with another one, and guys, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. We're going to be reacting to a video called American Things Europeans Find Weird. So this isn't a music reaction. This is the first one I've ever done that's not a music reaction, I don't think. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, it should be interesting regardless. But let me know down in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to react to. Comment down below for a chance for me to react to it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, hit the like for me, and let's get this started.
If you've ever seen Quentin Tarantino's hit movie Pulp Fiction, you'll know it opens with a scene in which Samuel Jackson shows his surprise regarding the legality of cannabis smoking in Holland and the fact that the French eat their fries with mayonnaise. Ugh, is his reaction to the use of such a condiment. Well,
I can agree with that. Mayonnaise and French fries is absolutely disgusting. I've tried it just to see what the fuss was all about. I did not like it whatsoever.
I can tell you ugh works both ways, and there are plenty of things Americans eat, do, believe, and say that Europeans find plain weird. Today, we'll look at some of those things. In this episode of the
And guys, this is the Infographics show. Please go check them out. The link is down in the description. Go give them a follow. I watched a few of his videos already. Excellent videos. So I hope he likes this.
As we've discussed in other shows, not everyone in the world is so draconian about tipping. In fact, in some parts of Europe, throwing a buck on the counter after receiving a cold beer would be totally insulting. In many European countries, tipping in some situations can be seen as charity. When visiting the US, many Europeans might find it weird that a waiter or waitress keeps coming back to your table. In the States, it may be seen as just good service, but to some Europeans, it could be construed as someone getting in the way of a good meal. That meal, by the way, could be about 3 times larger than many people in Europe are used to. In general, American food portions look to some Europeans like they are supposed to feed 2 people. It may also seem like an act of largesse to some Europeans when someone keeps refilling their glass of soda or cup of coffee for no extra cost. In terms of the food itself, as we noted earlier, Americans and Europeans have very different ideas about what goes with what. Pancakes for breakfast with fried chicken? Are you kidding me? Says the traveling European. And what about putting honey on bacon for breakfast?
Hold on. Who's eating fried chicken for breakfast in America? I've never heard of that before.
Earlier, Americans and Europeans have very different ideas about what goes with what. Pancakes for breakfast with fried chicken? Are you kidding me? Says the traveling European. And what about putting honey on bacon for breakfast? The Frenchman wanted mustard with his sliced beef
I do like honey with
something
bacon.
Not like mustard, but a sweeter version with less bite. The Italian went to Chicago and in one restaurant ordered a pizza, only to be served what he thought looked more like a quiche or a cake. So, what about when Europeans head to the store? Again, the rather affable smile and general friendliness of staff may seem strange to someone from grumpy England, where service with a smile is certainly no guarantee. In fact, it's been remarked that American friendliness can result in some Europeans thinking something suspicious is afoot. If that European is in the store to buy a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of wine, they may be extremely surprised when they get asked for ID, as that might not have happened to them for over a decade or two. On top of Europe mainly having laxer laws on age restrictions, IDing people is not such a big deal as it is in America. Only in July this year, Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher said he was ID'd in the US after trying to buy cigarettes. He tweeted, "I've just been told I can't buy cigs unless I got ID. I'm 40 freaking 4. Has the world gone mad?" Indeed, in his home city of
they ID everybody for any kind of cigarettes or alcohol. It's just a everyday thing here, I guess.
Manchester, he'd probably been buying his smokes for 30 years without a problem. And then the European looks inside his or her wallet, only to see a bunch of notes that all look the same, all the time wondering how this could possibly make any sense. The good thing is, in America, you can pay with plastic just about anywhere, which is something many Europeans are still not used to. They may also be unpleasantly surprised to find out, when they do buy something, taxes get added on top of the price they saw. So they try and get back to their hotel, but have to ask the way.
Yeah, so when you see the price on the shelf, that's the store price. That's not including the state tax and the federal tax that they're going to add on when you go up to the register.
They are told to walk 6 blocks this way and turn left, only for some Europeans not familiar with the US, giving someone directions using blocks may seem weird. Parts of Europe were not built with city blocks in mind and just gradually spread in a way that makes it hard to find your way around. When they finally do get back, they settle down to watch some TV, only for some reason the shows are interspersed with commercials that seem to be longer than the actual minutes given to the actual content. This drives some Europeans crazy. At some point, they might come across World Wrestling Entertainment and be quite confused at how some Americans can get so worked up about what to them looks like an act with an ending already scripted. You may have to be an American to enjoy that kind of drama with such passion. Turn over to the news and depending on the channel, this may also look something like a drama or a soap opera to a European. They may easily believe they are watching a news satire. One of the great things in America though, for some Europeans at least, is the fact that some things are open 24/7. Can't sleep? Just go out. Shopping hours are relatively quite restrictive in many European nations, but in most places in the US or near a big city, there is always something to do or buy in the middle of the night. In Europe, the BBC reported that London, England, and 6 cities in Spain were the better 24-hour cities. Now we'll visit the sensitive issues of religion and patriotism. World Atlas puts America at the top of the list as the most Christian nation in the world. In the US, on any given day, you might hear the word God or at least see signs pointing to where you might find him. While parts of Europe are also predominantly Christian, the omnipresence of God in the streets may seem a little overbearing to many of these nations that have forgone church duty. It's the same with flags everywhere. You won't go far in America without seeing the stars and stripes, whereas in Europe, flags are usually designated to the top of poles outside of official buildings. Seeing one planted in a garden may induce a traveling European to believe that he is at the house of a hardcore nationalist, not just someone who is proud of where he comes from. Interesting.
So if you do see someone with a lot of flags in their yard, in their house, I'm not saying everybody, but no, it doesn't mean that they're a hardcore nationalist. I mean, they could be, and it is a possibility. Ever since 9/11, everybody went patriotic crazy. Everybody. I mean, I didn't. I was still patriotic, but I didn't go patriotic crazy. Everybody just started buying up flags left and right. I was never like that. But just because they have a lot of flags doesn't mean they're a nationalist or a white nationalist or anything like that, or a racist or anything like that. It just means they're patriotic and they love their country.
Interesting side note, a 2014 survey revealed the most patriotic country in the world was Thailand, closely followed by the USA. While it may not seem too weird for you,
I would not have guessed that Thailand would be more patriotic than the USA. The people there. That's crazy. That's awesome to find out. I did not know that.
Not just someone who is proud of where he comes from. Interesting side note, a 2014 survey revealed the most patriotic country in the world was Thailand, closely followed by the USA. While it may not seem too weird for Europeans, the fact that some people in the States carry firearms might be scary. Per capita, more people in the States own guns than any other country. While most cops in Europe do carry guns, it's unusual to see a cop in England, Scotland, or Wales carrying a gun.
I have a gun that will match your personality is what it says. What the? You won't hear that at a gun store. They won't say that at a gun store. I know he's probably just joking, but that's hilarious.
The fact that regular Joes might be carrying a firearm seems fairly weird to many Europeans. It might not seem so strange to Serbians, who also have a high rate of guns owned per person. Size also matters to Europeans when traveling in the States. In America, everything just seems bigger, and not just the aforementioned dishes. The roads and streets seem larger for the most part, and if you don't have a car, it can seem hard to get anywhere, especially in a place like LA. The cars themselves seem a lot bigger, large enough to crush Mr. Bean in his Mini, and the people inside them also seem big on average, if not taller, then wider on average.
Okay, I just want to stop there and say I love Mr. Bean. He is absolutely hilarious. Okay, that's all.
The skyscrapers are taller, and in general, American houses statistically have a lot more space than the average European house. One survey stated that the Danish had the most living space in Europe, still much less than Americans, but much more than the Brits, that to Americans might seem their whole house is smaller than their basement. It may not be that weird, but one might ask why everything is so big in the US. As for appearance, some Europeans may find the amount of Americans that are continually decked in what looks like gym wear a bit strange, as most are not going to the gym. Other styles that are mostly an 80s thing but seem to have stayed around a little are the big hairstyles on some older American women. Big lips and big breasts may also be a fashion weird to some Europeans, while in the USA the president still seems to sport a fake tan. On the positive side, Americans all seem to have such perfect white teeth, quite different from those Brits. This was hilariously depicted in an episode of The Simpsons in which the Big Book of British...
Actually, I've seen British people with whiter teeth than America. I'm not saying I have the whitest teeth, but maybe like in the 70s? I don't know.
smiles horrifically demonstrated the apparent lack of dental hygiene in the country.
Okay, so that was American things Europeans find weird. I found that absolutely informative. That was awesome. I did not know that Thailand was more patriotic than America. I figured America was #1. I'm not sure if they were ever #1 or anything like that, but I thought they were the most patriotic country because of 9/11 and stuff like that. But that was very informative. But yeah, I do not like mayonnaise on my French fries. I'm sorry. If you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, comment down below if you want some more of these videos. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.